Okay? Okay. Story time. Okay? Okay. People know CGTC 2013 because people were there. So, they know. People don't know this one because it was just me and Tori, and I haven't really told anybody what actually, like, I didn't give a play-by-play. That was actually the first time I didn't do a play-by-play. Probably because it was really embarrassing. Anyway, I will not give you a full lowdown because I'm sure you really don't care that much. Maybe you do. I don't know. If you want to know stuff that I didn't say, you can hit me up or fast forward if you don't want to know other things. Anyway, well, I decided that I wanted to spend my birthday. I decided that I wanted to spend my birthday in Chicago. I don't know. I guess I was thinking that if I turned 25 in Chicago, I don't know. I had an idea that I wanted to be in Chicago for my birthday. And I didn't really I didn't really know if that was going to happen. Then they announced that they were adding shows for Airport for Birds, and I was like, it's a sign. I need to go. So, me and Tori went back, and it was just us by ourselves this time. We got to the hotel, and we walked in, and the lady was like, oh, welcome back. Welcome back, Felice, or something. Miss Royball, or something. Where's Miss Parkin? And I was like, I'm gonna cry. Oh. Yeah, so they recognized us, and I was just like, that's great. Awesome. Yeah. So it turned out that we got the same exact room as last time, too. So that was cool. Yeah, we lived there. And we were like, okay, we wanted to go to the Hard Rock. So we went to it, we ate dinner, ended up being like an hour wait because we came up right behind like a high school tournament or something, and I took videos of it, so you can check those out. It was ridiculous. It was fun. But yeah. Then we went home, and then at midnight, I was like, it's my birthday, yeah! My parents had gone all out and bought me, like, a crown and a button and a sash because I love my birthday. Like, let's be real. Pretty sure it's not a big shock that my birthday is, like, my favorite day of the year because it's the one day that it can be all about me. It's all about me, but unless one day it's socially acceptable, so... yeah, and Victoria was just really embarrassed, and she didn't want me to wear any of it. But I did, because it's my birthday. I was thinking to myself, you know, we don't really have to get there super duper early, because we have VIP, and we figured out that the VIP lines up first. You know, instead of waiting in that big-ass line like last time, we could just go up there at 6 o'clock, hop the line, and just kind of slip on in there. Some people call it bitchy. I call it planning. Sorry. I didn't even try to get in line, because I was like, you guys are circled around? Nah. I have a crown on. Fuck you. Allie walked up to me, and then she was like, hey, Felice, oh, hey, da-da-da-da-da-da. And she's so sweet. I love her. She's awesome. So we hung out, and she was like, did you see Jeff yet? And I was like, nah, I just got here. Yeah. I'll see Jeff later. I'm good. You know, it's my birthday. When really, I'm like, Jeff, no. And of course, in my mind, I'm thinking, I don't know why I was assuming this, but, like, I thought that it would go, like, the time before. Because why not? That trip was perfect. Why can't we just recreate that? Because you're by yourself, and it's not that cool, Felice. No. Didn't end up happening. But I thought I was cool. And we ended up getting sat on the other side instead of the side that we had before, which wasn't that bad. So, and we were right up front this time. I didn't have anybody blocking me, so I was touching the stage. Yeah. Didn't touch Jeff, but, you know. Waiting for the show to start, Allie comes up to me, and she's like, hey, so just so you know, Jeff's family's here. And I'm like, what? Yeah, they were standing behind me in line. His parents were standing behind me in line, and I think it's his sister. And I was like, how do you know that? And she goes, okay, maybe I edited this out. Okay, nobody saw that. I'm going to edit out her name. His sister was there, and her name was on the notebook. Not saying who. Looking around for them, and I was just like texting Lindsay and Gina and Delaney and everybody, and being like, oh my god, Jeff's family's here. And I really thought it was Fancy Knife Chris. I thought Fancy Knife Chris was going to be with them, and I was so excited, and he was not. Oh well. Probably better that he wasn't there, because I would feel like, darts. Okay, and when the show starts, there's a musical number that starts out, and I realized that Schwimmer wasn't there, and I knew Chris Allen wasn't going to be there, and I was like, oh, Tree Man, no. But okay, and I haven't said this in my previous things before. Schwimmer is Dan Strauss. I called Dan Strauss Schwimmer because somebody said he looks like Schwimmer on the A4B on the A4B live stream, and I thought that was really funny, and so I kept calling him Schwimmer. Now I call him Schwimmer, and yeah. Oh, first of all, I figured out that Schwimmer wasn't there in the opening number, and I was like really sad. I was really sad because I really wanted Schwimmer, and the show severely missed Schwimmer and Chris Allen. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, the show was lacking. It was still a really good show, and I really liked it, and I'm glad we went back. But Chris Allen's Tree Man was the best. Anyway, so in the beginning number, they do a musical number, and they kind of like dance around the stage. And before I knew what was happening, Meredith was singing her line during the song, and she comes up, she's walking over to me. She walks over, and she like strokes my face in front of everybody. What just happened? It was a good moment. It was a good moment. See, because it was my birthday, and it was all about me. Yeah. Anyway, then the show ended, and we walked out. Oh, and we found Allie, and Allie was like, his parents are like right there, and I was like, oh. Still just standing there with his sister, I'm assuming is his sister. I don't know. I really don't know who she was. And we were just staring at them, and I was like, should I say something? Maybe I should say something. She's like, no, don't. And Tori's like, don't, please don't say anything. Please don't. It's gonna be creepy. And I was like, okay, I won't say anything. Nope, I gotta say something. Got to. Why not? It's my birthday. I walked up to them, and are you Jeff Blim's parents? And of course they were, because his mother, he looks exactly like his mother. Like, same face. It's so cute. So, obviously they were. I was like, I really don't want to be creepy or anything, and I'm really sorry that I'm just kind of coming up to you, but I just wanted to say thank you for having your son, and thank you for raising him, and me and my friends came here about a month ago, and we met because of Jeff, and they are my best friends, and yeah, and it was a whole lot of that, and I almost started crying because I was just so emotional about it, and I think they were really freaked out, because, yeah. Oh, they said something about how they went to LeakyCon, and they saw the impact that Jeff and I guess Starkid has had on people, and that they really enjoyed it, I guess. But his sister did not look amused, or whoever she was. She did not look amused at all. She looked angry. I don't know why. But his parents were really nice, and I was just like, okay, well, thanks for having Jeff. Okay, all right, bye. And Allie was like, Meredith and Brian are over there, and I was like, oh, okay. Well, so Jeff started coming out the back, and I was like, oh, Jeff, but he wanted to go see his parents, so we walked. He was like, hey, I'll be right back. I have to go see my parents. So he walked over and he saw his parents, and we watched them hug, and he was just so happy that his parents were there, and I was just like, yay. So we walked over to Brian Holden, and I was like, yes. And okay, before we went on this trip, I needed to tell somebody. I needed to tell somebody in Starkid that was in charge that not every single person that has come to Starkid through Darren or through Glee is a bad person. I guess apparently people don't know this now, but when we started coming around right when Darren got on Glee, there were a lot of Darren fans and Starkid fans that were like, we knew Darren before he was on Glee. We knew Darren when he was Harry Potter. And I know that since then, a lot of people have like gone to Starkid stuff or only focused on Darren, gone to Starkid stuff expecting to see Darren, and Darren, and Gleeks only care about Darren and Blaine and Clay. But we're not like that. I mean, to be completely honest with you, I don't know if this is a bad thing or not, but I don't consider Darren a part of Starkid anymore. Like, I love them both, but I don't hold them together. Like, when I go to a Starkid event, I expect to see Starkids. I don't expect to see Darren at a Starkid event. I expect to see Darren at a Glee event. If I go to a Glee thing, I'm expecting to see Darren with his Glee cast. I just hold them in two different entities now. Anyway, I wanted to tell Brian that. And so I was like, look, Brian, I understand. So basically what I just said, I told Brian. So we came to you through Darren, but we came for Darren, but we stayed for the rest of you. Apparently, I was just rambling and trying to get it all out, and apparently he kept trying to say something. That's what Victoria said. I just wanted to get it all out. I wanted him to know. I wanted him to know that I liked him just as much as Darren. I needed him to know that. He just, at one point, he was just like, oh, I'm sorry. I keep interrupting you. When really, he was trying to say something, and I was interrupting him. Douche. Anyway. Oh, and I'd said I wanted him to know that I was like, let's be completely honest here. Darren got lucky. That's what happened. Or the rest of Starkid, Team Starkid, has worked just as hard. They're just as talented. And, you know, Darren got all this instant success and fame just because he ended up on a national TV show. I mean, that's what happened. It could have happened to any of them, but it happened to Darren. And I said that, and he was like, yeah, Darren's cruising for a bruising. And I was like, okay. And he was like, well, thank you for telling me that. And I think he was really uncomfortable by the whole thing. If any Star Kids are watching this now, I do love you. I'm sorry that I made it awkward. I wanted you to know that I'm not just a Glee fan. I'm a Starkid fan. Like, I like all of you. So after that, then I walked over to Meredith, and I was like, thank you so much for, like, stroking me during the thing. Oh my god, that was awesome. And she was like, well, you look like you needed attention. And I was like, oh, you know me so well. So then we started talking about how it was my birthday, and then she was singing me a song, and then we started talking about Lizzie Bennett, because Victoria really wanted to ask her about Lizzie Bennett, because she really loves the Lizzie Bennett. Most of the time we talked to Meredith and Brian, and so I thought that was a good time. I thought that was good because I haven't really talked to Meredith or Brian Holden at all at any of these things, so it was really nice that I got to talk to them for so long. And then we were like, oh, did you guys know that the lead singer of Love Grenade is over there? And I was like, yeah, Love Grenade, what? And then in my mind, I was thinking, what's that? And then Victoria was like, it's the band from Little White Lie. It's one of the bands from Little White Lie. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah. And I totally got a picture with him, even though I had no idea who he was. I love Meredith. She likes to have everybody get recognized, and it was really nice and cool. Oh, and Mark was there. Mark from Jim and the Povolos was there. And the Jim and the Povolos album had just come out, so I got to tell him that it was a good album. So that was cool. So then we finally got, up to Jeff, and I thought, while I was talking to Meredith and Brian, I was just so focused and engrossed in their conversation, because why not? We're like BFFs now. That I was like, oh man, oh my god, Jeff left. Like, I didn't see him, and I was like, what? And it looked like he had, like, kind of made his way out, but he had gotten stopped by all these fangirls, and I was like, oh, heck no, it's my birthday. No, he's not leaving without saying goodbye, or saying hi to me. Because, obviously, it's me. I walked up to him, and I was like, hey, you tried to leave, or something to that effect, and he was like, no, I wasn't trying to leave. I had to say hi to my parents. And he's probably thinking, duh, you bitch. God, calm down. And I was really spoiled from last time, you know, him just hanging out with us and being candid and whatnot. But instead, this time, he had like a whole crowd of fangirls around him, and I didn't really notice that. And at some point during the conversation, I was like, hey, so committed, what's that about? I don't understand, Jeff. You're all happy-go-lucky. I'm cool, funny, haha, Jeff. And then you write shit like that? I'm like, that's like the darkest fucking song on the album. And I said fucking. And Allie was like, Felice? And I was like, oh, there's like 13 and 14-year-old girls just standing here. And yeah, he got really uncomfortable about it, and he was just like, well, I like writing songs, and I like writing with them, and yeah, and please stop talking. Oh, man. Just called him out. Oops. Okay, well, changing the subject. We took a picture, and it was really uncomfortable and weird, and yeah. And then I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go let you say hi to them, okay. I really wanted to see Jamie and Lauren, but apparently they left early, and I was really sad because I just wanted to tell them so much, and everybody left, and there wasn't a lot of people there that stayed, but I did get a picture with Nick Gage, and I felt really bad because now I really like him after watching the Jim and the Povolos documentary. Like, I think he's really funny. But before, like, when I took a picture with him, I was just like, oh, hey, I should get a picture with Nick Gage because why not? But now I'm like, I have a picture with Nick Cage, yeah. Oh, okay. So the reason that everybody ended up leaving early is because this girl ended up having had an asthma attack. She had an asthma attack?
Yeah, I think so. And
she was like, she caused this big, huge commotion. At the time, I thought that she was having a panic attack because she was meeting the Starkids. And, you know, some people do that. Like, really? Really? Like, let's calm it down. But it turned out that she actually had, like, a medical condition, so I felt really bad about feeling that way. So, I apologize. I apologize for feeling that way, even though I didn't say anything about it. I have to throw it out there that I feel bad. That I was really upset that everybody ended up leaving because of this girl. But, I'm glad you're okay. Yeah. And, yeah, I was kind of waiting around for Nick Strauss because he was really nice to me last time, and apparently and Victoria will attest to this, that anytime a guy is nice to me, I automatically think that he likes me. I don't know why I think that. Probably because 9 times out of 10 it's true. But...
okay.
What? It is! Okay. 8 times out of 10? 7 times? Most of the time it's true, okay? I swear. Apparently, I mean, I just have it in my mind that, you know, cool, I'm gonna wait around for Nick Strauss because he knows who I am and he likes me. So, but he's dealing with this girl. But I don't have anywhere else to be, so let's just hang out. Oh, yeah, and in the middle of all of it, Jeff left. And, yeah, and he stuck out, and I was really sad. I assume that he went to go eat with his parents and his sister because they live semi-far away, and for them to come into the city, I would assume that they would go out to eat. At least that's what I told myself. Although, I don't know what's worse, because I'm sure that they had a conversation at the dinner table, like, did you know that you have a stalker who came up to me and said, thank you for having you? And Jeff was probably like... So we just kind of hung around till everybody, I mean, and then it was like Corey, Nick Gage, Meredith and Brian, and Nick Strauss, and Mark. we're just kind of like the ones left, and everybody kind of cleared out because that girl was like freaking out, and an ambulance came. Okay? I was just kind of like hanging out and being like, "Hey, what's up, Nick?" I really don't know if he knew who I was, but he got that I thought that he knew that who I was, so he was playing it up if he didn't know. He was like, "Hey, you! What's up? Hey, hold on, I'm gonna be right back." And I was like, "Alright, okay, well, I feel really bitchy kind of waiting around for this girl to leave, or being taken care of." And he was like, "Oh, no, don't worry about it." He said that he knew that we came from a long way, so I'm assuming he knew kind of who we were. So he went and like made sure she was okay, and then he came back and he was like, "Okay, hi," and he gave me like a huge hug, and wow, you really took care of her. And he was like, "Well, you know, my girlfriend has asthma, so I know how it is. I know how scary that can be." I don't know why I assume these things. I don't know. Now I have waited here for you. I've waited around for like 30 minutes for a guy that has a girlfriend, and I probably look like a tramp. That's cool, you know. Is she gonna be okay? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, well, and he said something about my crown, and I was like, well, you know, it's my birthday. And he was like, it's your birthday? Like, I would just walk around in a crown and a sash, just because. I mean, I probably would, but still. I was like, yeah, that's my birthday. And he was like, it's your birthday? And he gave me another hug, and he gave me a kiss on the cheek, and I was just like, oh my god, okay. Alright, that's awesome. That's so cool. I'm glad you guys came again. And I was like, yeah. And then it just kind of got awkward, and I was like, okay, well, we're gonna leave now. Oh, and I didn't get a picture with Brian before because during my whole Starkid spiel, you know, I didn't want to be like, alright, just made you totally awkward. Can I get a picture? But, you know, at this point, I was like, you know, it's my birthday, and I want pictures with everybody. Like, I know that you're trying to leave, but it's my birthday, so can I get a picture? Yeah. And Corey was like out the door, and I was just like, can I just get a picture with you, please? Because I have a picture with everybody from Verse Factory except for you. And then I got a picture with Brian Holden because I was like, it's my birthday. I forgot. Can you forgive me? Because it's my birthday. Can I get a picture? And he was like, okay. That Meredith came up to him, and she was like, I'll wait for you downstairs, okay, babe? And I was like, oh. So cute. And he was like, okay. And then she started to leave, and then we took a picture, and then he was like, okay, bye. And I was like, all right, bye. But turned out we were going down the same way, so he started to leave, and I was like, well, nobody else is here, so okay. So we started to walk down, and I was like, I'm not following you, I swear to God, I'm not. We're just going the same way. And he goes, okay. And I was like, I'm just kidding, we totally are.
I was like, shut up.
I know! I don't know why. Yeah. So then we got to the bottom of the stairs, and then Meredith was waiting for him, and then they walked out, and they were holding hands, and it was so cute! It was so cute. I mean, all in all, I'm glad we went back. Funny enough, the best story of this whole trip happened 2 days later, because it ended up being that we got stuck in Chicago because it was snowing. The time that we actually left, the morning that we actually left, I will be completely vague as possible. So we went to a food and drink refreshment eatery in the vast places of yeah. We went somewhere and we got some refreshments. Sitting there, just kind of ordering our refreshments. Food and drink items. This place that we went to is small. It was very small. So there were only 2 people working there at the time that we were there. Really trying hard. Yeah, so the person that was ringing us out just kind of took our stuff, and I'm kind of like texting and looking around, and I look up and I see that the other person who is attending to the food and drink items kind of looks familiar. That's Nico. That's Nico Ager. Yeah, that's I didn't really say anything except that I was talking to the cash register person, and she was like, So she said something about us being out of town, and I said, yeah, we're on our way to the airport because we came here just for the weekend, just for my birthday, to see a show at the Up Club. And this guy looks up and he's like, oh, really? What show? And I was like, Airport for Birds. And he kind of acknowledged it, and he was like, yeah, that's cool. And then the girl that was checking us out was just like, okay, I have no idea what that is, but alright. And I didn't really know how to react because we're in a public setting. We're not at a Starkid thing, and apparently whenever I go to Chicago, I have to run into people in awkward situations and not know how to react. But I have to say something. I do. I have to. I can't just let this go. I really can't. You know, this person that I don't know for sure is making the food and drink items and handing them out to other people. Hi, sorry. Is your name Nico? Yeah, my name is Nico. Why? Oh, were you in Holy Musical Batman? No, I wasn't. Sorry. What's that? What? So your name is Nico, you look like Nico, but you weren't in Holy Musical Batman. No, you have acknowledged it. You know that I know. Why? I didn't understand what was happening. That was the last thing that I expected, was for him to deny it, especially after he just... I didn't know what to say. I was just like, oh, okay, sorry, bye. And then we, took our stuff and we walked out. The only thing that I can really think of is that it was him and this one other girl. That was it in this place. That will be nameless. Yeah. And I'm assuming that their shifts are just them two all day. And I'm assuming, had he said, oh yeah, I was in Holy Musical Batman, the rest of his shift would have gone this girl going, what's Holy Musical Batman? What is that? I don't understand. I can understand that he didn't want to deal with that. I wouldn't want to deal with that either. But at the same time, you made me feel like an idiot, Nico. You did. You really did. You embarrassed me. You embarrassed Victoria. You embarrassed yourself. Yeah. And then I called Lindsay and I was just like, I don't even understand what just happened. And then I didn't want to go back into this place and just be like, I know it's you! Why are you doing this? And I didn't want to bug him, but... I just wanted to be like, what? And then I tweeted him, and I was like, hey, so by the way, you have a twin running around with your name and who looks exactly like you, but apparently is not you. And then he tweeted me back, and he was like, oh yeah, that's my twin, Chico. Don't listen to him. Don't listen to anything he says. He's a jerk. Yeah, he is. Because he made me feel like a moron. Anyway, yeah. I don't know why these things keep happening to me. That's twice now that awkward run-ins with the Starkids have happened. Maybe it's a sign. Maybe it's people telling me I need to stop going to Chicago. I don't know. But that was my weekend, so... Yay!